Hey y'all, this is Sonya Atkins, and some of you may know me as an HR professional, and some of you may also know me as a professional vocalist. And throughout my entire career, really my life, I've always had to balance those two. But somewhere along the line, I got pegged as the singing HR lady. So, with that being said, I thought it would be kind of fun to do a little bit of a parody. Listen, I know parodies are not an original idea. I hear you on that. But I thought it would be kind of fun to give you a little parody that would give you a little tidbit of information. And we're going to start with the topic of turnover. Okay. And I'm going to do it to one of my little favorite smooth type songs. It's just kind of chill back a little bit. Okay. So here we go. Don't you know turnover's risky? Yeah, it affects your bottom line. Don't you know how it affects your work culture? Oh, you better be the employer everyone wants to work for all of the time. Okay, so turnover is risky, and you need to understand how turnover affects your workforce culture. So the thing is when you are constantly having that revolving door, those that are staying, they can get a little worn down and frustrated because sometimes that additional work flows in over into their positions until you find someone else to hire them. And then the thing it does is it puts you at risk for losing those others that are really good talent. The other thing that it does is it has a negative impact on the way that others can perceive you outside of the organization. So if that turnover is due to having a poor employer branding and values and really having leadership live up to those values and execute on that brand that you have established, then what can happen is those former employees can go on to some of the other job boards, those job boards that always have employee reviews and they give you a star of 1 to 5. And then they go on there and say that. So your potential candidates that you're having to hire to replace those that you've lost in turnover go in and they take a look at what those reviews are. So sometimes people just take the jobs then because they just need it for a job. But those individuals that you want to attract that want to come and actually be with you for a long-lasting career and growth, they're going to turn away from that. Now, here's the other reason why it is risky. And I'm going to speak specifically to the state of Texas. So every time you pay payroll taxes. And one of those payroll taxes that you pay is your state unemployment income tax. And every time that you get charged with an unemployment claim, that goes to the state, and that can put you at risk for paying a higher unemployment rate. For example, small employers to mid-sized employers are extremely at risk for this. And the reason why I can tell you is because I have a real example. There was a very small business here in Texas, had about 11 employees. And then during the pandemic, he started getting unemployment claims from previous employees from years ago, but he had poor documentation onto the reasons why they had left. Now, mind you, he was paying somewhere around $1,500, very minimal, $1,500 in some of his unemployment income tax. Well, in a year's time, he went from $1,500 to $15,000. That is detrimental to a small business to pay $15,000 just in SUI. So, understand your turnover. And if you need any help with that, remember, I'm here to help you. We'd be happy to come in and have a conversation. Let's take a look at that workforce culture and let's figure out a way to make you become the employer everyone wants to work for. So, y'all, this is Sonya Atkins, your singing HR lady, and I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll talk with you soon. Bye.